Hey everybody, I'm Dola Curry, and today I want to talk about what is a recession. I know we hear that word getting thrown around in the news, but we need to figure this thing out using God's word. A recession is defined as a temporary decline in the economy where buying and selling is reduced. The price of gas has gone up, the price of rent, utilities, food, everything is up, so that reduces a lot of the buying. Wages are taking a slow time to come up to match the high prices for all the stuff that we need every day. Let's talk about some things that you can do to survive this possible economic downturn. If you haven't already, start a budget and stick to it. It's better to be realistic and think about what you want versus what you need. Think of some easy things that you can cut out of your budget, maybe some subscriptions that you're not using. Netflix, Amazon subscriptions. What if we can't afford Amazon? Lord, they talking about messing with my Amazon. Maybe you're the kind of person that can do without cable and just live with a YouTube subscription or something cheaper. Starting a budget is a good way to be able to see what you're spending versus what you're bringing in. You don't want to send out more than what you got coming in. If you're thinking about buying a car or furniture or anything that's going to cost a lot of money that you might need to get a loan on, try to get those things right now if you can. There's no telling how high the interest rate is going to go, which is going to make all the loans more expensive. Once those prices go up, it's unpredictable whether or not they're going to come back down. Listen, y'all, when it comes to food, I don't care what anybody else is saying on the news. Start storing up your food. Get your staples in line. Rice, beans, flour, things that you can think of that you can make other things with. You can always use flour to make bread or bake cakes or bake brownies, or there's so many things you can do with flour. Things like my mother used to say, things that will hold you. Hold you meaning keep you from being hungry all day. Hey, if you have some buckets or empty containers, or if you even have space in your yard, start growing what you can. It's very easy to go get some starter plants or go on YouTube and find out how to start growing things from scratch. There's some very, very easy vegetation that you can grow even in the cold weather. I know this weather has been so unpredictable, especially when the nights get really cold and the days are warm. So try out some plants that can hold good through the nighttime when it's cold, like cabbage, collard greens, things like that. And there are a lot of vegetation you can grow in buckets, like potatoes, some garlic, onions, anything that you can supply on your own. Be self-sufficient. Now is the time. In times of uncertainty, we can always look to God's word for help, to help us understand how to get through these storms. God promises to supply all of our needs. He didn't promise that there would never be hard times. So he gives us other scriptures in the Bible to help us stand firm and sustain us through hard times so we don't get weary and don't worry. The second chapter of James, verse 26, tells us, "For as the body apart from the spirit is dead, so also faith apart from works is dead." Our faith is in God, but the work is in us. We have an obligation to stand up and do what we can, understanding that our faith in God is going to edify the work that we've done. God will send the rain, but if we haven't plowed the ground and put down the seed, we haven't given him anything to work with. So we have to do our part, and he's definitely going to do his part. He promised it in his word. I hope this information was helpful to you. If you know of any ways that we can sustain ourselves through this recession, through this possible economic downturn that we might be entering into, comment and let us know so we can all share as a community to try to help each other to be self-sufficient and sustain ourselves through these hard times.